Golf can be a game of highs and lows, and Nelly Korda has experienced both. Just last year, she was on top of the world, winning tournament after tournament. But recently, at the U.S. Women's Open, things took a surprising turn for the worse. What exactly happened to one of the world's top golfers at Pebble Beach and Lancaster Country Club? Stay tuned as we dive into the details of her tough rounds and explore what this means for her future in the sport. Stay tuned as we dive into the bad news for Nelly Korda and uncover what really happened. Nelly Korda was born on 28 July 1998 in Bradenton, Florida, and she comes from a family of athletes. Her father, Peter Korda, was a professional tennis player who clinched the Australian Open in 1998. Regina, her mother, was also a professional tennis player. Each of them played for Czechoslovakia before they immigrated to the United States and had a family in Florida. Peter had retired from tennis, and he took up golf as a pastime activity. This is what made their daughters take up golf. Nelly has two other siblings who are also athletes, and he is the middle child of the family. Sebastian, her younger brother, is also a tennis player who has risen to the top 50 in the world. Her older sister, Jessica, was the first in the family to turn professional and play in the LPGA Tour. Nelly started practicing golf at the age of 6 and took professional lessons, and her parents encouraged her. She was raised with a competitive attitude, and her father was the main influence in that aspect. Nelly, in an interview, said that her dad used to provoke her to perform her best, saying that she only does her best when provoked. Nelly's passion and talent for golf were evident early on in her life. She began playing professionally at the age of 9 and won her first title in the Czech Republic, where she was given a bottle of champagne. Jessica also played a role in shaping Nelly's career, as she would participate in tournaments where Jessica would participate in the higher age brackets, while Nelly was participating in the lower age brackets. Nelly attended the IMG Academy, a prestigious sports-focused high school in Florida, where she trained intensely for 6 hours a day, following in her sister's footsteps. By the age of 14, she qualified for the U.S. Women's Open, a significant achievement for someone so young. With her father as her caddy, Nelly made the cut, showcasing her potential on the professional stage. At 16, Nelly sought permission from the LPGA to turn professional before turning 18, a request that was granted. She decided to forego college and join the Symetra Tour, the LPGA's development tour, at 17. Nelly found this experience extremely challenging, as every shot was crucial for securing a spot on the LPGA Tour. Despite the pressure, she finished 9th on the money list, earning her place on the LPGA Tour at just 18 years old. In 2018, Nelly Korda secured her first LPGA victory by winning the Taiwan Championship. This was a significant moment for her, not just because of the win, but also for its historical significance. Nelly and her sister Jessica became only the third pair of sisters in LPGA history to win on the tour. It was a proud achievement that highlighted the family's golfing talent. The following year, 2019, was also a remarkable season for Nelly. She missed the cut in only 1 out of 20 tournaments, a testament to her consistency and skill. During that year, she won 2 tournaments on the LPGA Tour and also claimed victory at the French Open on the LPGA's European Tour. However, what truly stood out was her completion of the Korda Slam. This unique achievement saw Nelly follow in the footsteps of her sister Jessica by winning the Australian Open in golf, while her father Peter and brother Sebastian had already won the same event in tennis, Peter in the men's division and Sebastian in the boys' division. This rare accomplishment showcased the exceptional sporting prowess within the Korda family. Nelly's journey only got better, with 2021 becoming the standout year of her career. She started by winning the Gainbridge LPGA, followed by victories at the major LPGA Classic and the Pelican Women's Championship. The pinnacle of her year came when she claimed her first ever major title at the KPMG Women's PGA Championship in Atlanta. Nelly finished 3 strokes ahead of the competition, which propelled her to the #1 spot in the world rankings for the first time in her career. Throughout the 2021 season, Nelly developed a friendly rivalry with South Korean golfer Jin Young Ko. Despite their intense competition on the course, the two maintained a strong friendship off it. But Nelly's year had another major highlight, winning the gold medal at the Tokyo Olympics. Her performance during the 4 rounds of the Olympic Games was outstanding, finishing with a score of 17 under par, 2 strokes ahead of her closest rivals. Her final round was particularly impressive, as she managed to hold on to her lead despite the immense pressure of the Olympic stage. On the last hole, Nelly had a chance to make history by completing only the second 59 rounds in women's professional golf. Unfortunately, she made a double bogey and ended up with a score of 62, but it was still an extraordinary achievement. So what makes Nelly Korda so exceptional? According to fellow competitor Leona Maguire, Nelly has a unique combination of being laid back, yet possessing a fierce killer instinct. She has a special talent for holding herself to high standards, never allowing herself to slack off. This combination of natural talent, determination, and a strong mental game is what sets Nelly apart and has led to her incredible success on the golf course. When asked what she loves most about playing golf, Nelly Korda shared a glimpse of her passion for the sport. She said, "The moments when you're in contention toward the end of the tournament and you feel the adrenaline rushing through your body. I love that intensity and want to be in that position as often as possible. I want to be the best golfer in the world. I want to have the Grand Slam, and I want to do things that no one has ever achieved before." This statement perfectly captures her drive and ambition, revealing her desire to push herself to the highest levels of the game. Despite her remarkable achievements, even Nelly Korda found herself starstruck when she met Tiger Woods for the first time. At that moment, she felt like a 12-year-old, almost too shy to approach him. The Olympic gold medalist cautiously made her way between caddies Joe LaCava and Jim Bones McKay to where Tiger was unpacking his personal items from his golf bag. Nervously, she managed to say, "Hi, Tiger," before shyly asking if she could take a picture with him. This encounter shows that even the greatest athletes can have moments of awe when meeting their idols. However, Nelly Korda's 2022 season was cut short on March 13th, when she revealed that she had been diagnosed with a life-threatening blood clot in her left arm. Over a month later, the 23-year-old former world #1 posted a picture on Instagram from the hospital bed after the surgery to remove the clot. Her recovery process was quite a lengthy one, and she was out of action for several months. However, after 8 months of her operation, Nelly was back in action to win the Pelican LPGA Championship in Bel Air. In the final round, Nelly was tied with Lexi Thompson on the back 9 and got the upper hand with birdies on the 16th and 17th holes to shoot a 6 under par 64 to win by 1 shot. The fact that she cried when it was over was an indication of how much this victory meant to her, especially after all that she had been through. When asked about her experience of coming back to the top, Nelly had this to say, "Honestly amazing. It's been a tough year. I missed 2 cuts in Arkansas and Dallas, but I kept my head high and worked really hard. It feels really good to be on top." Since Nelly is a famous athlete, people are interested in her private life, and more specifically, her relationships. Is she single or married? Neither. Nelly has been in a relationship with a talented Canadian ice hockey player, Andreas Athanasiou, since 2019. While Nelly is a player of the United States, Andreas is a player of the Canadian team in the international tournaments. He was drafted into the NHL in 2012 by the Detroit Red Wings and has also played for the Edmonton Oilers and the Los Angeles Kings, and was traded to the Chicago Blackhawks in the 2022 season. Nelly and Andreas are both very famous, and they have not shared much about their relationship with the public and the media. Nelly Korda recently faced a challenging moment last July at Pebble Beach during the U.S. Women's Open. After finishing her round, she calculated her score and realized she had just recorded the worst professional round of her career in the U.S. Women's Open, a 10 over 80. Fast forward 10 months to the east in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and Korda found herself repeating this unfortunate performance. This time, the disappointment was even greater because Korda had been enjoying an extraordinary season, winning 6 tournaments in 8 starts, including a major championship. However, on the first day of the U.S. Women's Open at Lancaster Country Club, she once again shot a 10 over 80, putting her in a tough spot right from the start. Korda described her day as simply a bad day in the office, as she found herself making numerous bogeys. In total, she made 6 bogeys and 3 birdies, but what really defined her day was the disastrous par 3 12th hole. The 12th hole at Lancaster Country Club is notoriously difficult, featuring an elevated tee and a green 50 feet below with a severe slope and a creek in front. When Korda's group arrived at the hole, they had to wait for nearly 30 minutes as the group ahead struggled with the challenging conditions. When it was finally Korda's turn, she hit her 6-iron, but the shot landed in a back bunker. Unfortunately, a small leaf under her ball affected her shot, causing it to roll off the green and into the water. She dropped the ball and attempted a chip shot, only to watch it roll back into the creek twice. After finally getting her ball on the green, she two-putted for a 10 on the hole. Korda's hopes for the tournament were almost dashed just hours after teeing off. Despite entering as a favorite, the course proved to be a formidable challenge, especially given Korda's history. While she has excelled in tournaments where the winning score is well under par, the U.S. Women's Open, known for its difficult setups, has been a tough test for her. Korda's past successes have mostly come on courses that reward aggressive play and lots of birdies, whereas the U.S. Open is all about grinding out pars. Throughout her career, Korda has found it difficult to succeed in these tougher conditions. Her struggles continued at Lancaster Country Club, where the demanding course exposed the weaknesses in her game. After a rough start, Korda's confidence seemed to wane. She fought through the rest of her round, showing flashes of brilliance with 3 birdies on the back 9, but the bogeys kept coming. By the end of her round, Korda was visibly frustrated. Her coach, Jamie Mulligan, acknowledged the difficulty of the situation, saying, "That's golf, man. It's a hard game." Despite showing signs of recovery, Korda finished with another disappointing 80, marking 2 consecutive rounds in the 80s at the U.S. Women's Open. After her round, Korda spoke briefly to the media, maintaining a positive attitude despite her struggles. She admitted it was a tough day and quickly returned to the practice range, searching for answers with her coach. In her own words, Korda summed it up, "I'm human. Today was just a bad day." While she is very secretive about her personal life, Nelly Korda is not very shy about her career accomplishments. She is one of the most popular female golfers today, with 1 million followers on Instagram. By 2024, her net worth has risen to $5.5 million. While she earned about $1.4 million from playing golf, the majority of her income, around $6.5 million in 2023, came from endorsements. Korda was in the news when she entered into sponsorship deals with Nike and TaylorMade. Even though the year was not very successful for her in LPGA Tour, she did not manage to win any tournament. Her earnings were on the rise. Indeed, she was able to become the highest-paid female golfer of the year. Her Nike deal is reported to be the richest for any female golfer since Michelle Wie West's $20 million deal. She also signed a deal with TaylorMade just before the start of the 2023 Tournament of Champions. Other sponsors of Korda include Nike, TaylorMade, Jay Lindbergh, Richard Mille, Cisco, UKG, and Whoop. That Korda is able to secure such high-profile endorsements even in a year where she did not record any victories goes to show just how popular and well-regarded she is within the sport. She is without a doubt one of the best golfers in the world, and her prospects in the sport are promising. In your opinion, will Nelly Korda be able to be considered as one of the greatest female golfers of all time? Please leave your comments in the comments section below.